weather here is pretty nice in Shanghai today. In 2023 I did a video of the Shanghai AutoShow, which comes around every 2 years. So it's now 2025, off to go and see it again at the NECC in the Hongqiao area of the city. I'll keep the metro journey fairly brief so we can get straight on to seeing all of the cars and what's happening in the EV world. Map time. We are here at Xujing. We're going 2 stops north on line 11 and all the way out on line 2 to the National Exhibition Centre. Okay, it's quite busy. So yes, the NECC, and it goes out exits 4 and 5. Here we are, we're on the outside trying to get in. Kind of shows you one of the favoured modes of transport here in China, the e-bike. Registering with passport over there, and then you come and join these shorter Face ID queues, so you don't have to join this area here. It's not actually too bad. Okay, great. Woo, we are in. That was about an hour. This is hall 3, so we're starting here, and I think it looks like Volkswagen, so I'll try going round in that way. And here we are, Volkswagen MG Roe. Some media as well. This is Xiaohongshu, which is the platform on social media that's become very popular recently. It still has access for the Chinese and Americans. I'm not going to be able to avoid people, but there we've got the MG Cyberster with its scissor doors. Is that what we're supposed to be calling them, Elliot? I know there's different names for them, but yeah, MG looking good and busy. Another Cyberster. It actually is a good looking car, proving very popular. Volkswagen stand, actually really popular. There might be some new love for European brands after the recent tariff war. There's a massive media event here. Then on to the Audi stand. Again, absolutely mega popular. There's a lot of media streaming going on here at the moment. Most of it Chinese, of course. You can see there's another lady there streaming away. So it's a popular event. Wow. There you go, look at that. Look at the amount of cameras that we've got going on there. That's fantastic. You can see they're all using Ronin gear as well, which is Chinese brand. On to the next stand, and this is Wuling. They're famous for making smaller, cuter cars, mostly. I think that's what they're carrying on with their marketing as well. I'm not going to be able to do every single stand and keep the video relatively short, so I'm just going to say there's Maxus and Baojun, and then we're on to an American brand, Buick. Let's see how popular that is. I have to say, even though it looks busy, it's not as busy as the German brands. There's the Electra SUV. What happens a lot with the streamers is they're using one phone as a data reference and then the other phone actually to record. So they're a lot more switched on than me. I'm probably not going to get through heaps of data here because there's just so much. I'll show you the event mainly. Here we have Cadillac. Quite a lot of conventional power. The inevitable EVs, so the Vistique there. And then on to one of the Chinese surviving brands. This is Symbol, or I believe it's IM. You see a lot of these cleaners on the stands as well. They've got a busy time of it. LS6 is the popular brand here. Popular model, I should say. And there's Roe, which we're going to say a quick bye-bye to, and then on to hall 4. Chang'an, Cherry, very Chinese brands here. I saw some adverts between the two halls for that LS6, so that's definitely a model that's being pushed. Not just cars, but some small little minibuses. So the Cherry I-Bar, you can see there's a lot of LiDAR sensors on that. Maybe that's one of these bus pod technologies. And here we have the Cherry personal octocopter, if I'm counting the blades right. I think it looks like 2 people, and wheels as well, so converts to on-road or in the air. Looks like Smart's going for it this time. Let's see if we can catch some of the dancers. There's the Smart Lion. Hi, ni hao. Okay, I've got Avatar on that side of me and Mercedes AMG on the other side. What I'm going to do is walk you all the way down this hall 4. I-Car, getting a certain boxy vibe there. Boxy but good. What's that, Volvo? A lot of people dressed up this time. There's Baojun as we go into hall 5. A few component suppliers in the last hall, and we've got some more here as well, starting with Visteon. But certainly do recognise Xiaopeng. And another Audi stand. Horizon Robotics and VW non-SAIC this time. There's the ever popular P7, well-liked car, P7 Plus, and an MO3. Let's have a look at another drone copter. Again, getting pretty popular here on this stand. P7 Plus. P7 Plus and the X9. It's always interesting to see the style of van that are quite popular in China, where there's more prevalence of drivers. There's a concept 6-wheeler. Audi's looking good. The E5 Sportback getting a lot of interest there. There's another one, again getting a lot of interest and cleaning. And then we've got some originals. Sport Quattro. And then some cars from the e-tron range. There's a 4.6 Sportback. Another 6 for media. This Audi stand is absolutely massive. They're obviously pushing for investment here. They've got a whole second floor, which is big, and the stand feels like double or triple size of anything else here. Actually, same things for Volkswagen. Obviously Volkswagen Audi group, and so they've got really about half of this entire hall. So VW stretching all the way down there, and then you've got that Audi stand that I was just on doing the same. So an absolutely massive investment from them. Obviously we've got the ID series from VW. So we've got the ID4 here, there's the ID3. Let's see if they've got a buzz on the stands, which are always popular. Don't see one yet. ID Aura taking centre stand with another couple of vehicles, some SUVs. No buzz on the VW stand, that's a shame, unless they've got a specific stand just for it. ID, so the electric brand for Volkswagen featuring strongly. Right, I'm just going to check out Volvo and Porsche as well. Another larger vehicle there for those with a driver, the EM90 electric vehicle from Volvo. Still with some of the old conventional cars though, the S60 Good car, but getting old. That's an interesting model. So we've got a transparent car. Another Geely stand. That first hall must have just been a kind of JV hall, unless I'm completely in the dark, which is easily a possibility. Li are another survivor. I know that's maybe an unfair phrase to use. They're actually, I can see them on the roads a lot. They're usually these big tanks of things. They're popular. This is the Li, I think they call it Mega. It's the G8 equivalent. Again, if you've got a driver, they're quite sleek. Aerodynamic. There you go, Mega. Proving popular. That might be a real winner for them, I think. Here we have Lincoln. This is the Hongqiao stand. There's a queue to get on this one as well. The Hong bit is easy, that just means red. I'm not sure of the other character. Do your homework, Tim. There's a queue to get on here as well. I think some of these can look really stylish. They've got the old aesthetic with a stripe on the bonnet with usually a bit of red in it as well. Zeekr with their controversial 9, which then got updated. I think they updated the chips in it as well, and everybody that had previously bought one was up in arms because it was like, well, where's my free upgrade then? Popular stand with Zeekr. And another big one, very popular. There's Lincoln Co. So Lincoln Co are usually another party stand, but they seem a bit subdued this year. There seems to be a higher level of almost like professionalism from the Chinese brands. Zeekr not so much, but always Lincoln Co have a little bit of a dance party going on. They've got some race sims. Another popular stand. Pushing SUVs, 06, 01, 03, 09. And then there's the Z10, that's looking quite sporty. Here's the Huawei stand. I'm not going to bother with them. They're another Intel Inside kind of company. Okay, let's go for 7 and 8. There's me saying Intel Inside for Huawei, and there's Intel. We also have Bentley. Definitely a queue for that stand. If it's even possible to get on the stand, I don't see anybody on it. Mini next to BMW, understandably. I can see Neo in the far distance. Here's Lotus. Let's see if they've got an Electra, one of the fastest SUVs on the market. We could see an Electra any time actually, because I've got a showroom quite near my home. There's the Electra there, in the classic Lotus yellow. This is the exit, so I won't go in, but there you can get a nice view of the car. So I think the Electra does 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in something like 2.6 seconds. So Brit Fit, they're going with the British image. Good for them. BMW. Now I remember them being super popular in 2023. Surprisingly so, and looks like that may have stayed. You know, it is a badge of luxury, and they still have that, even if manufacturers like Neo and Li are trying to kick into that. X7, X5, and then the iX. Some more old classics. The BMW stand, massive, just like the Volkswagen and Audi stand. So a really big push from those brands. Some motorsport also from the Le Mans. Neo stand, as usual, kind of in the corner with their Neo house built there. Impressive stand, the ET9. Showing off its active suspension there, doing a little wiggle. Yeah, everybody likes Neo, so ET7, ET9. I think Elliot went for a test drive in that with Robert, I'm not sure. ES6. Very blue, yeah. And then, as we know, it's a real branding exercise, so we've got the Neo house. And then there's this lower cost debate. Have they made the right decision with the Firefly? And in all honesty, I think no. If you cheapen your brand, you're a bit lost. So I don't know why they didn't stay with the ES and the ETs. They look popular though. 8. There better be BYD in here. No Tesla yet, but they usually don't exhibit. Let's see. Oh, and Polestar. Okay, we're in 8. I see Toyota and BYD up there on the left. More streamer avoidance. Toyota. Not that busy. They've still got the RAV4. Finally, a bit of camping on the Toyota stand. Camping was literally a little scene they had on every stand a couple of years ago, and it was popular. It still is popular in China, but it seems to not be the theme of choice this year. Nissan. I must admit, Nissan weren't a memorable stand previously. N7 seems to be their push. So finally, let's have a little look at BYD. 07. They're carrying on their water theme by the looks of it. Oh, a bit of traditional Chinese coming out. Yes, I think we've got Chinese models coming out now. So maybe we were lucky. Oh. Monkey King. The biggest seller of EVs on the planet, overtaking even Tesla. It's all getting and some more characters here. They're all lining up. So obviously we've got some display about to happen. BYD, very popular stand.
尊敬的各位来宾，诚挚欢迎莅临2025年上海国际汽车亚迪
really going for the traditional Chinese theme here.
已经有9人参与到本轮的环节当中了。我们再给大家一点时间啊，大家。
This is the oh, okay, thank you. This is the Shanghai stand, and I just got ushered on because there's no queue, so they were kind of desperate to get people on the stand, I think. This is, I get it wrong, I think this is the U8. This is the massive battery, massive car, crab wheeling. Yeah, there you go, U8, got it right for a change. And then I think the U7 is the new one that they're pushing, so that's why it's in the centre of the stand. And I'm walking through all of the photos, but yeah, this is the new model they've got. I'm going to assume it's also the cheapest model they've got, so that may be what they're doing here, is to try and promote some sales. I've not actually seen, I've never seen a U9 on the roads. I don't think I've seen a U8, but yeah, I think that might be a real item for the show, is the U7. Yeah, Yeah, there you go, the U9 capable of 391 kilometers an hour. I guess that was a speed record that they did, that's why they got the 2 decimal points there. And here we have Lexus, a number of blocked out cars there. The LC 500H, Lexus known for their superb quality. So there's this ES luxury concept they're going for. Not bad. Like I say, nice metallic black there. Here we are in the very centre of the flower with the various NECC petals around us, and the reason for doing that is there's stuff upstairs. I've only done the first floor, but Xiaomi and Ford and Honda are upstairs in 6, so I would quite like to go there because of the I want to say the SU7, which is the Xiaomi car, which has been very popular here in China. Here we've got Leap Motor. They seem to have done a co-stand with Tim Horton Coffee. I'm running out of time, so I'm just going to kind of scan on by B10, the C16 and the C10. There's a Honda stand. I often like to look for the motorbikes, but I can't see any. Again, I'm going to scan on by. There's the S7. The Mi stand, the Xiaomi stand, and also have a quick look at the cattle stand in the background as well, who are, I believe, making the batteries for absolutely everybody. So they are important even if they don't have any cars on their stand. Damn, and there's a queue to get on the Mi stand, which I was a little bit worried about. I figured they were going to be popular. Let's see if we can find an SU7. There's one in blue. In fact, they're all SU7, so as I was suspecting, it is the brand model of choice to push here. There's another one. Yeah, they sold something like 200,000 since launch, which is only recently. The cattle stand, you can see people know where there is interesting stuff, if you can call batteries interesting, but in this modern day and age they kind of are. There we go, we've got another prototype mock-up auto flight cattle, or CATL. I don't know if they hate being called cattle, but yeah, you can see loads of kind of demos because they don't have a car themselves, they've just got batteries. So we are using the Apple Vision Pro, so this is a tech stand really, but as I've said, worth visiting nevertheless, because you will probably hear quite a lot about them due to the battery tech. I think what they're showing here is probably, yes, the amount of cars that their batteries are in is probably what they're doing there, and they've got little models. That's cheeky but interesting marketing. You know, just look at all of the cars that we are in. That was quite clever. Now Ford, I think Ford might be the last stand. We've got Infiniti here, and then just a quick look at Ford, see what they're doing. They've got their electric F-150. They've probably got that here somewhere, and I imagine they're doing a mixture of classic, traditional. There you go, there's a Mustang, nice looker. Maybe we'll finish on there's a Bronco. Let's see if I can find the F. Ah, finally, look, a massive camping scene. There you go. Where's that been on all of the other stands? There's me leaving 6.2, running out of time. Now, I know I didn't go into any specific models in great detail, no numbers at all. You can pick that up at various websites and other reviews that are variously done. But I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry about the light effect. And join me on the next one. Bye.